Hey guys! Welcome back to today's YouTube live session. It's me again. If you don't remember, my name is Eazel. You can call me Teacher Eazel. And for today's video, we're going to talk about interests. Yay! Okay, so without further ado, just let me share my screen. Okay. Hmm. We all see? There we go. That's the screen. And I apologize earlier for those who saw the first YouTube live session. Um, there were technical difficulties. So now it's all okay. And let's begin with a question. In the previous lesson, we talked about needs and wants. In relation to that, we are going to talk about the things that you want to do. So, what do you do in your free time? Okay, I'd like to give you a few seconds to think about this and jot down your answers in the comments down below. And afterwards, I am also going to share what I like to do in my free time. Okay? So let's see. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So before I share what I do in my free time, let's first try to guess what are these activities. Okay, so we have here a picture of someone holding a, what is this? A paintbrush. Yes. So what do you think is he going to do? Or he or she? Who knows? But what are they going to do? Oh, they're going to paint. That's right. Very good. This one, what can you see in this picture? There are radios. That's right. What do you listen to in a radio? Music. Very good. And the last picture, what is this? A cinema. What do you see in the cinema? Movies. That's right. Very good. Okay, so what I'd like to do in my free time is painting, listening to music, watching a movie, when I do have free time. And this question is for you, so don't forget to write your answers in the comments down below. Okay? All right. So now that we discussed what you do in your free time, let's move on to another question about what you did when you were younger. Hmm, interesting. Okay, I'm also going to share mine after you do. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to um, think of your answers and maybe try to guess as well what I have here that are obviously related to me. Okay, so mhm. Mm. Gonna give you a couple of seconds to type your answers. Hmm, interesting. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. It's time to share mine. But first, let's try to guess these activities like what we did earlier. So, what can you see in this picture? You can see white and black keys. That's right. Do you know this instrument? A piano. That's right. Okay, very good. Okay, and about this one. So it's, I would say this one is playing the piano. Okay, and then this one. Do you know the sport? Badminton. Okay, very good. Very good. And then this one. Where do you think this is? A library of sorts, perhaps. Very good. And what do you do in a library? You read books. Okay, very good. Very good. And then the last one, what does she do? What is the person doing? He is writing. Okay, very good. Very good. So, since this is in the past tense, what I did when I was young was I played the piano, I played badminton because mostly my mother encouraged me to do it. And when I was younger, I read hardbound books. Now I just read um, digital books, because you can just download them online and it's easier. They're just on your phone, but that's a preference. And when I was young, I wrote stories as well because I like literature and everything like that. So, yeah, those are some of the things that I did when I was young. And I'm interested to see what you did. So, don't forget to put your answers in the comments down below. Okay? So, now let's take a look on some of the answers that I gave earlier when I answered these two questions. So, earlier in the question, I paint when I have free time. And when I answered the question, what did I do when I was young? I said I played the piano when I was a child. So, I'd like you to take a moment to look at these two sentences and tell me the difference between them. Okay? Are you going to tell me the difference? That's right. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds for this. Okay. Okay, so what do you think is the difference between them? Let's take a look at the verbs, the verb forms. So, paint, is it in the present, the past, the present? That's right. And played, is it in the past or in the present? It's in the past. That's right. Very good. How are you able to know the difference between them? Because of the verb forms. That's right. So this is in the present time and this is in the past. Because, why again? Because of the time when it was set. So if you were a child, obviously that's in the past because are you still a child? Of course not. When you did this, probably not. Okay. So next, we're going to talk about the difference between present simple, the tenses present simple and past simple, as you may have guessed already in the previous slide. And these are some statements that I have, and we are going to break down the form. Now, we already discussed the present simple in the previous video when I introduced myself. And this is for the first sentence is obviously the affirmative. So we use the first form of the verb. Yes, that's right. Very good. And then for the second sentence, is it positive? Affirmative? I'm sorry. Affirmative or negative? It's negative. Sorry. Because of the not. Okay. And what comes before the not? The word do. Do. That's right. Okay. And then the first form of the verb. And then for the question, we just use do and first form of the verb or the infinitive. Now let's take a look at the past simple since we discussed the present simple. So in the past simple, we have here the word play. The What form of verb is this? What do you think? If this is the first form of the verb, what is this? The second form of the verb. That's right. And what comes after? The ed or d, depends on the verb. But wait, let's take a moment to look at this verb, the was. Why is it not ised? Because if the first form of the verb is, why is it not ised? Why is it was? Because it is it regular or irregular? It is irregular. Very good. Very good. Okay. So now, similar to the negative form, we follow this more or less similar, but there's a difference, isn't it? What's the different word? If in the present simple we use do, in the past simple we use did not. Okay, did not. But wait, why is it the same? It looks the same. We're just using the same form of the verb as the present simple. Why is it not I didn't listened? Why are we using the first form and not the second form? Well, because why? Why do you think? Because we already used this one. Because we already used did. It's the indication that it's in the past. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, and then for the question, we just use the same form as the present simple, but instead of using do, we use did. Okay, and now this is the difference between the present simple and the past simple. I hope I was able to clarify it all for you. If you have any questions, just type it down in the comments down below. Okay? That's right. Now let's practice. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to read the questions on the screen, and I'd like you to tell me your answers. Okay? You're just going to wait a moment. Okay, we're going to complete the sentences with the appropriate present or past form of the verb. Okay, you have the clues here inside the brackets. Gonna give a couple of seconds for this. Okay. Mm-hmm. 1 minute. No, let's not make it a couple of seconds. Let's make it 1 minute. Okay. Hmm. Okay, interesting answers. Okay, so let's take a look at these sentences. Okay, so first we have past interrogative, or well, the question in the past tense form. What did we do? What's the rule? Does anyone remember? We use did. Okay, so we use did, and the first we use for questions we use did, then the first form of the verb. And we just use the second form for this one. Okay, second form. Don't use the first form for this one. And then for this one, I'll just show the answers while I'm explaining everything. So first, the answer is, what sport did Eazel play when she was a child? So as you can see, we use did and play and was. Okay, and then since number two is present affirmative, we just use listen and then have. So I listen to music when I have free time. And then for number three, our clue is the present in the negative form. So you do not read hardbound books like me. For number four, past affirmative. So we use the second form of the verb wrote and was. So I wrote stories when I was a child. Then number five, it is the present question form. So we use did does she I'm sorry does she did yeah did she watch when she had free time? And then you did not play badminton when you were a child. That's in the past negative. Okay, all right. I made a mistake on this one. It should be does she watch videos. It should be does, not did. Okay, I apologize. Okay, next. Gonna leave the answers here for your reference. Now, let's get on to the next one. And now we're going to try to talk about the things that you're interested in using using the forms of the verbs that we learned earlier. And we can see here some examples of the things that you could be interested in, like fashion, art, books, history, motorbikes, cars, music, photography, sports, computers, cinema, science, cooking, politics, and travel. And I'd like you to tell me why you are interested um, in these things, or well, in the things that you're interested in. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds for this. All right. Okay, then I'm gonna tell you what my interest is. So this is going to be a short listening and then reading as well for you. Okay, my interest in art. It started when I was a kid. I really got into art when I was a teenager. I really wanted to learn something new. I'm not really interested in painting fast. For me, quality is more important than speed. The great thing about it is it takes time to learn. Okay, so this is my interest in art. I'd like you all to tell me what's more or less similar in all of these sentences? What is the structure? Can you notice anything interesting about it? Tell me in the comments down below. Okay, gonna give a couple of seconds for this. Okay, so let's take a look at how you can express your interest. So, if you've noticed earlier, I used it started when I was. So, it's really good for you to tell others how you came to become interested in this. So, it's kind of like a storytelling, isn't it? So, yeah, and it's it's like you're kind of like telling how you got interested into it, and you can also say it in a different way. Like, I really got into, for example, art when I was a teenager, like my example earlier, and you can give a reason, of course, on why you wanted to learn it, and because in my case, because it's something new. And you can also include why you're not interested in something about this interest of yours. Like, for example, because maybe you need to draw fast. Some people would like to draw fast, but me, I'm not interested in that. And you can also add more detail to that by saying that for me, what is important is, and then you can add more reasons to that. And then the great, of course, don't forget to add the great thing about why you are interested in this specific activity. Okay, so now that you know how to express your interests, I'd like you to answer these questions. I'm going to leave this to you as your homework, sort of. Okay, I'm just going to read it, and I hope that you'll be able to tell me your answers in the comments down below. Okay? All right. Choose something that you're really interested in. Think about these questions. When and how did your interest start? How did you feel about it when you started? How do you feel about it now? Why do you like it? How much time does it take? When do you do it? And where? Okay? These questions allow you to practice the use of present simple and past simple, as well as how to express your interests. Okay, so that's it for today's YouTube live session. Thank you very much for tuning in. On the screen, you have the reference book for this lesson, English Unlimited B1 Pre-Intermediate Course Book, published by Cambridge University Press. You can use it for more activities to practice your language skills. Okay? And until next time, bye bye.